No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Just currently seeing my Liverpool versus Manchester United view, and Mourinho needs to be sacked as soon as possible. But we've got to accept that we're in the position that we're in. We're sitting 11 points behind top four now, and Mourinho has said the best we can hope for is top four now, of course. And we are 19 points behind Liverpool. This is the furthest the both teams have been away from each other in like 40 years. As I said, Liverpool are going for the Premier League, and Jurgen Klopp's in a total different generation to Jose Mourinho, as we all know. He's potentially a better manager than Mourinho. And we know Liverpool have invested in the last couple of years, as we all know. They've got a great manager, they've got a very, very good squad, and they're playing really, really good football, and they have got a lot of talented players out on that pitch. And Klopp spent £170 million during the course last summer, but today, Man United showed no heart. Can you ever remember Man United playing at such little passion against Liverpool? This is our fiercest rivals, we are talking about. This is even as bad as the David Moyes era, when we played Liverpool. This is even bad, and I can't remember Manchester United having such a poor start to a season, as I said. So I think it's time now for Manchester United, because we can't defend. We haven't got a good defender. We haven't got a central midfielder that can pass a ball. Lukaku's totally static up front. He's not getting enough support. I know he's well Premier League proven, and he's failed to replicate the form that he did in this season, but we know he is not doing it at Manchester United. So I think now it's time for Ed Woodward, the owners of Manchester United, to get Mourinho out of this job as soon as possible, because I have no confidence we're going to go forward with him. We're sixth now. Arsenal slipped up today as well. We are 11 points behind top four, and that is potentially our target this season. So I think Ed Woodward and the owners have got to get Mourinho out of this job at Manchester United as soon as possible. Today, there were no creativeness. Okay, we did okay defensively. At times, it was good to see Lindelof come back in the team, as I said. But Liverpool had 36 shots today to Manchester United 6. They created 21 chances, did Liverpool, as I said today. And this is absolutely embarrassing being a Manchester United fan at this moment in time. You heard Liverpool fans chanting, Mourinho win and all this lot. And, now it's our fifth defeat this season. I think have we drawn 7 games? How many games have we lost in all this season? Is it 8 or 9? We could be in a worse position than we're in now, because we've rode us luck quite a few times this season. The performances are not good enough. Mourinho spent, £400 million on this club. Or over £400 million since he's come here, and he was discussing that the players are not playing to the potential level, that they currently should be. This is still a big, massive club. Historically, we are showing we do nothing going forward. We've got no balls going forward as we've done today. Potentially, Liverpool dominated the most of that game. First half an hour, Liverpool all over Manchester United. We was all over the place at the back. Liverpool were having chance after chance after chance, creating very, very well. As I said, every time we had the ball, we couldn't string 2 or 3 passes together. We don't make any decent runs. We're too slow on the ball, and we were playing very backwards a lot in that game today. Shaqiri as well. Hit the difference for Liverpool getting the victory, because potentially he came on as substitute and he scored 2 of them deflected goals, which I think Mourinho would have mentioned about 2 of the deflected goals. He would have mentioned about the rain as well. But obviously, we had 2 shots on target the whole game, and one of them was from the goal, and that was Jesse Lingard, who did get the goal. To be fair, that was an error from Allington, and Lingard ran in and got the equaliser, as I said. So potentially then, which I don't understand about Jose Mourinho in the first place, half time comes at 1-1, and then we go to parking the bus. He brings a substitution on. He brings Fellaini on for Doylett. Doylett's a 19-year-old. He's up and coming in the Manchester United team. Showed a great performance against Fulham, so I don't understand why he took Doylett off. Put Matteo Darmian at right back position, as we all currently know. So I just don't understand what Jose Mourinho is doing at this team. His team selection's wrong. His tactics are wrong. He doesn't suit the strappings of this club whatsoever. As we all know, £700-800 million has been spent on this team, since Alex Ferguson retired. I know Mourinho's still inheriting a couple of players more he's got, and he's still inheriting some of the players Van Gaal got him. But most of this squad is Jose Mourinho's squad, as we all currently know. And the majority of these players that Mourinho's got in are not performing for Manchester United. At least Rashford and Lingard were the ones who were trying to create in the game at times. I saw Rashford made a couple of decent runs. Lingard and Rashford were the only ones trying to create. Matic is absolutely useless, as I said. And we haven't been aggressive enough in these transfer windows since we've got Mourinho. We haven't been getting his number 1 targets, as we all currently know. Liverpool are a great, great side with great, huge, talented players. And Klopp's a great manager, with a fantastic pedigree, that he's got, and he's spent quite a bit of money into this Liverpool side. They have invested, but they are now going for the Premier League title. Are Liverpool, and it's going to be them or Manchester City. Liverpool, the only team that have not lost yet this season, and Manchester United now have got one of the world's worst goal differences now in the league, of course. But potentially, Man United showed no desire today. There were no composure. Liverpool totally dominated the set pieces. As I said, the corners, the goals, the shots. They dominated everything in that game today. Salah was great. He had chances. I'm surprised he didn't score. Matt had chances. He did get his name on the score sheet, but he had chances as well. Ranyarman, whatever his name is, had a load of chances as well. Fabinho had chances of his own as well. So we could have lost by a higher deficit today because Manchester United are all over the place at the back, as I said. Mourinho's unsure about the transfer funds for the January transfer window. He's not sure what money will be available. But regardless of who we get in, we need Mourinho to go from this club. There could be players leaving as well. As I don't understand Mourinho. He had Pogba on the bench. Last time he started a Premier League game was against Southampton in the 2-2 draw. Pogba was on the bench. Mata was on the bench. So too Martial was on the bench. So 3 of our best players on the bench. So when it comes just before the 20-minute mark, when Liverpool, got back into the lead, why didn't he bring them on now to try and create some attackingness in the game? He has no attacking approach about him whatsoever, does Jose Mourinho, as we all currently know. He did bring Martial and Mata on, but at that stage he brought them on. It was too late then, potentially. So I don't know why he ever took the lot off in the first half, because the lot is only 19 years of age. He's technically very, very good, as he proven against Fulham. Ashley Young had a poor game today. He was at fault for Liverpool's first goal. He was about 4 or 5 yards off Mane. Was Ashley Young. I know he was in the wing back today. He wasn't in his preferred position, where he normally plays Ashley Young's course. But we've got to admit, Liverpool are totally on a different level to us. They've got a better team than us. They've got a better manager than us. And our football is absolutely atrocious. We can't drive forward. We can't string passes together. We can't create any clinical chances. We're lacking the final third, as we all know. We've got slow. We've got Lukaku who's too slow, first touch awful. Matic too slow, first touch awful. Very, very static. And as I said, in that midfield, we're imbalanced in that midfield. And I said you do that against Liverpool when you've got Matic and Herrera as a midfield. Without Pogba there especially, it's definitely more imbalanced without Paul Pogba in that midfield. You're going to get punished, and Liverpool play great football. They love to counter-attack as well. They've got great players, and Liverpool, and this is their best season they've had for quite a long time. Liverpool, to be fair, which Liverpool have never won the league since it got founded in 1993, but I think this is the season where they could do it as well. But we've got no confidence in that team. The players are not playing for Mourinho. Mourinho's not getting the best out of the players, and it is down to the manager as well. So potentially, I just don't see where season's going from here now. Potentially, since Ferguson's left, this team now we've got, he's not reflecting what the team did under Alex Ferguson. It's not a replica to what the team did under Alex Ferguson. There's not a fear factor in this team anymore. There's no confidence that we're going to win games. We're not scoring enough goals. Defensively, we're awful. We all know that needs addressing in the January transfer window as well. But we know we've only won 3 or 4 trophies since Alex Ferguson left. One of the trophies was under Louis van Gaal era in 2015, as we all know. But a lot of money has been spent on this team. We shouldn't be in the position that we're currently in, as we all know. We shouldn't be in this position as we currently all know. But yeah, absolutely terrible today. Terrible performance. It's been like it, the whole course of the season. Mourinho's changed the whole identity of the club. His style of play is atrocious, and his whole managerial style at the club is not good enough. We know that he can't get along with any top players. Jose Mourinho at this club, he's had a lot of disputes with the top players. And I praise Mourinho for what he's done in the history. He's won titles everywhere he's been, but in my opinion, he is just not a Manchester United manager. And there's players out on that pitch that are struggling for consistency. Romelu Lukaku's struggling this season. Sanchez has been struggling, when he's been fully match fit. Obviously, he's injured till January. Lindelof's been mainly good this season, when he has been playing, but didn't do anything today, when he recovered from injury. Rojo obviously was injured as well, but I'm lost for words because there's basically nothing more to say on this situation. Obviously, this was our first defeat to Liverpool in like what 9 games or something like that in 9 games. There's nothing much more to say. You can basically say about Manchester United, as we all know, but it hasn't been the same since Ferguson retired. Obviously, it didn't work under David Moyes. Potentially didn't work under Moyes because he never had a good pedigree anyway. He was only in the job 9 months and then he left. It didn't work out under Van Gaal. And it's not working now under Mourinho, and this is his 3rd season now at the club. So I think it's time for Manchester United to recommend the right man in, whether it be Pochettino or Zinedine Zidane, to build some kind of platform and to try and rebuild into the team. Get some players in who we think's good and get rid of the players who aren't right for the club. But potentially Mourinho's going to be reportedly getting hundreds of millions of pounds to spend in January. He's had discussions with this about potentially Ed Woodward, as I said. But as I said, I wouldn't trust Jose Mourinho with this money. Potentially, I think he needs to leave the club now. But yeah, Liverpool totally dominant today. 36 shots. What possession did they have? Was it 74 to 26% of possession to Liverpool? But Liverpool are a great side, and this is a fantastic Liverpool team. They have invested money, but Manchester United have spent a hell of a lot of money. Over £400 million under Jose Mourinho, and these players are just not performing, not showing any intensity. There were shades of the last 15 minutes of the first half, and we did equalise where we did gain a bit of possession, we did get a bit of confidence in itself, but it wasn't really driving forward or creating any chances. As we all know, the first 14-15 minutes, it was a bit open, then it was a bit end-to-end, but apart from that, Liverpool were totally dominant, from minute to 90, most of the game. And it could have been a lot more. The chances they created, some of the link-up play was very, very good. They were stringing so many passes together, working very, very hard as a team. And Manchester United just couldn't cope with the pressure of Liverpool today. And defensively, at times, we did it okay. But as I said, Mourinho should have never took Doyle off in the game. He seems to use Fellaini a lot, does Mourinho. So I think his plan A is rubbish. His plan B is rubbish, as we all currently know. So potentially, as I said, Martial missed the last 2 games. He came as a substitute as well, but it was too late. He brought Mata on, who hasn't been a regular this season, and he brought someone else on as well. He brought Mata on, Martial on, and he brought Fellaini on as well. But as I said, Mourinho has not met the expectation levels at this club. He's lowering the expectation levels because he should have done what he should have achieved, basically considering his history, considering the history of this club. His expectations would have been for challenge for major honours and get Manchester United being competitive, and he's failed to do so as Mourinho. And potentially we need a manager with the right winning mentality, the right stature to this club to turn this club around and get us back competing. As I said, and I'd recommend a change now. We're quite a few years off the league, but we need to recommend a change now because Jose Mourinho is potentially no good for this job, as we all know. And there's no confidence in the team. There's no confidence in the manager. There's no confidence at all at Manchester United, as he currently said. And there's nothing else to say, really. There's been rumours of potentially, as midfield's totally static, we haven't got a central midfielder who can pass a ball, and it's as simple as that. We can't defend. Right hand side, it's far too easy to exploit, as teams have exploited our right hand side this season. At least today, Lingard was trying to create, Rashford was trying to create at least, but I think the whole team was shambolic. And, it was expected, but usually you'd think Man United, come on, this is his thesis. We're going to go out there and show some heart and intensity and desire, and we didn't show any character whatsoever, and we didn't have the attitude that we wanted to go out and win that game today. Might have got back on level terms, might have had a 10-15 minute period, where we got back into the game a little bit, but Liverpool were far, far dominant today for the whole of that game. People will question the 2 deflected goals. Mourinho will bring this up in the equation, but Liverpool's substitution, Shaqiri, had made all the difference as well. But I think Mourinho needs to get out of this club as soon as possible. 50 feet of the season, as I said, and we could be in a worse position than we're in now. Potentially, I'm surprised he's even being given this long at Manchester United. Manchester United are not known for a sacking club, because remember when it took Fergie 4 years to win a trophy. He was on the verge of getting sacked. Manchester United didn't sack him, and look what he achieved. As I said, Moyes only got 9 months, as I said. But this season, he's worse than the David Moyes era. We didn't even start this bad, did we, under David Moyes, as we've started this season. Last season, at least, we didn't win any trophies, fair enough, but we did put some good performances out last season. We got runners-up in the league. We got to the FA Cup final last season, but this team is totally shambolic. And as I said, the best players this season have been Rashford, Martial when he's been fully fit, and David De Gea. And David De Gea had to pull some world-class saves off today to deny Firmino, to deny Firmino, to deny Fabinho a couple of times as well. So good job. We potentially got him in that, as I said. But as I said, these Mourinho did confirm that Rashford, Lingard and Ashley Young were going to start. He confirmed Valencia wasn't going to start, which he didn't. He also confirmed Valencia wasn't going to start. He confirmed Jones wasn't going to start, and he confirmed Pogba wasn't going to start as well, which Pogba didn't start as well. So obviously Mourinho's had a bad relationship with Paul Pogba, and there's been rumours about him potentially leaving the club as well. And potentially, yeah, it's just not good enough. And the Champions League draw tomorrow is coming up. I'm fearing the worst even more, because either way we are going to get a big opposition in the Champions League. I've looked at the list of the teams who we could get. The best we could hope for is probably Porto out of all them who we could potentially get, but the others are, I think we could get Real Madrid, Porto, as I said, Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund as well. So they're the teams that we could potentially get. So it's Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid, Porto, Bayern Munich, and so they're the list of the teams we could get, and Paris Saint-Germain. So they're the list of the teams we could get in the Champions League. We're not going to compete in the Champions League. We're nowhere near going to compete in the Champions League, as I said. And this team's totally shambolic, as I said. But regardless, Paul Pogba could be leaving anywhere. There's been talks about him going back to Juventus. Man United may recommend a swap deal for him. And there's been rumours he could go in January if Mourinho's going to be in charge or not. We've still got a catalogue of players coming to the end of the deal. So I haven't watched Jose Mourinho's post-match interview. I'm not really interested in watching his post-match interview. To be quite fair, because he's destroying this club. As I currently say, potentially we used to be the top. We used to be in the top 2, top 3 as one of the best teams. Now we're not even in the top 10 anymore, as I said, because we're not going to get top 4 this season. Teams above us are not going to drop many points. As I said, Tottenham aren't going to drop many points. City is certainly not going to drop hardly any points. Liverpool are not. The teams above us are not going to drop many points. I know Arsenal lost today. 22 games unbeaten to an end now, but I'm sure Arsenal will find a way, to bounce back. As I said, we've got Cardiff next week. I can't guarantee we're going to win that. I know Cardiff are a poor team. They've got Neil Warnock there. I know they're a poor team, but I'm not guaranteeing that Manchester United are going to win there. And there's no excuse, because I know we've had a lot of injury problems this season, defensively, and that we've had Lindelof out for a long time. We've got Sanchez out. Bailey hasn't been a regular this season throughout the course of the season. We've had Doyle out through injury. We've got Luke Shaw out. We've got Rojo out. I know we've had defensive problems, but Man United are showing no character. They're showing no spirit. We're showing no fight. We're just showing absolutely nothing. We can't create chances. We can't pass. We haven't got a central midfielder that can pass a ball. But it is just potentially not good enough, as I said. And Manchester United are a big, massive club historically, but the fans are not getting the best out of this team. So I think it's time we recommend a new man to come in to address the problems, rebuild, create a platform and rebuild, and get the team competing again and playing the way that Manchester United should be playing, the amount of money we've spent as well. But, we will see what happens. You can't expect, whoever new manager does come in to replace Mourinho, to be, fantastic straight away. You have seen Sarri do pretty well with Chelsea. They won today 2-1. Sarri's done well with Chelsea in his first season. Emery's done, well with Arsenal in his first season. I know they lost today, but they still look a brilliant side under Emery. Arsenal, and Mourinho just needs to get out of this club, and he is now age 55. He is very, very arrogant, as we all currently know, but Liverpool, we was totally outclassed today by a team that has invested in the last couple of years, got a great manager. As I said, got his team playing fantastic football. Liverpool have got, they look very distinctive in the play today. The passing was very, very good, and they just dominated us in every area of the pitch. They were very, very clinical. It's just as simple as that. There's nothing much more to say. And I feared the worst before the game because I did say Liverpool were going to win. But I thought, Manchester United have been very, very poor this season in terms of performances and not getting the results that we want. But at least I thought Man United would gonna put a fight up today, considering it is our fiercest rivals. Try and put a fight up and try and get a victory against them. Try and give them their first defeat of the season, but we didn't do it. And also, this was Damien's first away game today that I am currently featured in as well. So potentially, I wonder what Mourinho's got to say. As I said. But yeah, Mourinho has spent a lot of money on his team. Matic struggling, Lukaku struggling. We haven't been getting his main priority targets since Mourinho come in. Mata's a very, very good, consistent player for me. Mata should have started. In my opinion, he hasn't been getting the first team. He hasn't been starting from the start this season. For me, Paul Pogba is, some people say he's good, some people say he ain't. He hasn't really proven himself in English football. I think, he didn't impress Mourinho Wednesday night. If he'd have impressed Mourinho Wednesday night against Valencia, he may have started him today. But I still think Mourinho should have at least brought him on as a substitute in the game, or at least started him, because you can tell how effective our midfield is without Paul Pogba there, and it's even worse without Paul Pogba there. And it's bad enough anywhere, is our midfield. And this guy doesn't have a clue at this club. His tactics are on, his team selections are on. He's still people out there backing Jose Mourinho, as I said, and we haven't got a midfielder that can create a pass. We haven't got a midfielder that can drive us forward and make us, attack. And there's just no attack in that team. And today we showed no attacking instinct whatsoever in that game today, and we were a well beaten side today. So the first thing United need to do is sack Mourinho off. He says if we don't get top four, potentially, at the end of the season, it will cost us less to sack Mourinho, pay him off, but it will cost the club less if we don't get top four. We're not going to get top four anywhere. We're 11 points behind top four. We're 19 points behind Liverpool. As I said, so Mourinho is lowering the expectations of this club, and he's wrecking the club indeed. And he seems to be Fellaini. Why did he bring Fellaini on the game? Why didn't he keep Dalot out? He had a good game against Fulham, Dalot. And he's an upcoming player, is Dalot. So too is Mason Greenwood. He's an upcoming player because he's been doing very, very well for the reserves as well, as we all currently know. But yeah, this guy's clueless. He's destroying the whole team. There's no passion in the team. When we're just not playing as the old Manchester United. The fear factor's gone. And the new manager needs to come in with a better attacking approach about him, with a better style of play about him, and get Manchester United playing the kind of football, getting Manchester United playing the kind of football, that Manchester United should be playing. Not this shambolic shit. No attacking instinct whatsoever today. Defensively shocking. Midfield is absolutely imbalanced. There isn't a midfield there. Fred, Mourinho paid £52 million for him. Hardly ever plays him. For me, Mourinho did confirm when we do strengthen up defensively and when we are better in the midfield. He did say he was going to give Fred a bit more game time, did Mourinho. But, as I said, it's time to get this Portuguese fella out of this club now. This is his third season and he hasn't met the expectation levels, as I currently said. So, what's your opinions on it? My main part of this is now Mourinho needs to fuck off from this club. And Man United have got to get a new manager into this club and address the problems at the club. As I said, I've never seen Manchester United play with so much little passion against Liverpool. Never, ever, ever. Back in David Moyes I did, but this is worse. This is worse because even though we had a bad year under Louis van Gaal, we played well against Liverpool. We beat them 4 times in a row in the Premier League, don't forget, as we all know. And this was our first defeat at Anfield since 2013. But against Arsenal, we showed a level of commitment. We played very, very well against Arsenal. We played well against Fulham. So the last 2 games before today, we've played well. But now it's back to square one. Bad result midweek in the Champions League and a bad performance today. for Manchester United. As I said on this channel tomorrow, the Champions League draw will be coming. I think it is at 11:15 in the morning. I don't particularly care. And we just need to get rid of this man at Manchester United as soon as possible. But Mourinho, as I said, he's nowhere near on the same levels as Guardiola. Not now. He's nowhere near on the same levels as Guardiola. Jurgen Klopp, Emery, Sarri, he's nowhere near on the same levels as them now. He's Jose Mourinho, because Klopp's a great manager. His game plan, absolutely fantastic. He's got a good bunch of players in that Liverpool team. They've invested a lot of money, I know that. But they are a great, great side now. Liverpool, it's best I've seen him for a long, long time. This Liverpool team, they've got Salah, who can create, he can provide. They've got Mane, great, great player. Firmino, great, great player. Fabinho, trying to settle in the team now for Liverpool very, very well. But yeah, great, great side. I hate to say it because, I'm a Manchester United supporter, but you've just, whole respect to them, to be quite fair, because they deserve the win today. Manchester United did not put up a fight. We didn't provide anything, showed nothing going forward, lost the ball every time we got it, and we just couldn't push bodies forward, and we didn't cause Liverpool any problems today whatsoever. We got played off the park today, let's be honest, just like we did with the week against Valencia. So anyway, I'd like to know your comments and likes below. I want to know your opinions on this. I think majority of United fans are going to be all Mourinho out now. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel, and I said if you do consider subscribe to my channel, as always, and take care. God bless, guys, and I'll see you all again. Maybe doing another live video soon. If not, I will be back tomorrow. So take care. God bless. I'll see you all again very, very soon.